And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. I don't know if that's very PC, but welcome back, everyone, to Nothing But Football. We took a little break, refilled, and we're ready to go again for part 2 of our conversations about football.
And Chris's beauty tips.
Yes, and Chris's odd beauty tips. But yeah, so Champions League, the first rounds of 16s happened, and there's some games to discuss. And it seems to have kicked off, and there've been some upsets. But yeah, we'll get into that right now. I think the first games, it was RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. No surprises there. Liverpool took it 2-0, but Liverpool was away from home. Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah came through for the boys. Lucas, since you've had a lot to say about Liverpool's effort up front, how do you feel about that game?
Liverpool's goals is from 2 Leipzig mistakes. So, but at the same time, Leipzig is a defensive team. Leipzig is a defensive team. They like to keep the shape and that. But when you're seeing Marcel Sabitzer and I think Opa Mekambo making mistakes like that leads to the goal. Liverpool's players still have to be there to pounce on the chances. Sabitzer's like a bad back pass, but it's still a good finish from Salah and that, and it puts them in a strong position. I mean, they bring them home for the second leg.
2 players who traditionally for Leipzig do not make many mistakes. So it was very fortunate for Liverpool. And Uncle Curtis, I ask you that same question. How do you feel about that result?
Solid performance, but Liverpool are not going to win the Champions League. And any Liverpool fan who thinks they're going to win it is deluded. The same way they deluded thinking they're a great Premier League team. They're very deluded.
Wow.
No, Liverpool fans have been talking all reckless during the past week.
I think the word Istanbul is going to end up in your comments a lot.
Yes.
No, but I
statement.
I was going to say,
you know, that's the thing, right? Again, I'm not arguing that they're a great Champions League team. I'm arguing that they're a great Premier League team. They're not. They're 4th in all-time points in the Premier League. 4th.
Yeah.
They're behind Chelsea. 4th. Get out of here. What makes you think you're great? What makes you think Mbappe is going to join Liverpool? Mbappe. Because he was on a private jet with John Henry, the owner. Do you know who Mbappe is? Like, you 4th. Like, I got too much passion, but you guys have been piping up too much this past week. But either way, let's get back to your results. Guys, Liverpool wins cups from time to time, the same way Nottingham Forest has a Champions League. Right? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It's a rebuild. You won 1 Premier League title, and now you think you're world beaters and you can sign any player that you want. Right? Unless that player was born in the 1980s, not many people wanted to join your club up until recently. All right? You got rejects from other top clubs. Salah is a Chelsea reject. Mane is a Southampton player. Van Dijk is a Southampton player. Look where you are signing players from. Are those traditionally top clubs that you're getting players from? What makes you think you can get Mbappe from PSG? What makes you think you can afford Mbappe's wages? I'm pretty sure Liverpool's wage bill is the best out of the top 4. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have the wage bill to compete with the other top teams. I don't think they have a player on 300. Henderson might be your best player, and if you're paying Henderson anything above £150,000 a week, that's why you're not a top club. That's all I can say about Liverpool. But Champions League result, well done.
Jeez, yeah, I was thinking this is just going to be a quick wrap up. But yes. Yeah, Uncle Curtis, you've made some valid damning points that Liverpool fans should consider. I think you're being a little bit harsh because I think Liverpool is still a great side.
No, they're a great side.
No.
Please tell the people what your Twitter handle is. I really want to watch your timeline after this.
It's at the great case. But you know what's the thing, guys? I respect Liverpool. They're an all-time great team, but nah, guys. You guys were talking too much. You're talking too spicy this week. Like,
Nah, I get you. But yeah, let me give my 2 cents. Feel it's a good morale booster for Sadio Mane and for Mohamed Salah, who have been struggling with goals. more so for Sadio Mane because his goal scoring tally hasn't been as great as it should be. From the team's point of view, it's pretty much the same team that played Everton. Just shows you that, they're benefiting from the slow pace of the Champions League, the more tactical plays from the Champions League. But otherwise, good performance for them. They took 2 goals away from home. That's a good result in my book. Let's move on to another fixture that happened on that same day. PSG went up against Barcelona. Barcelona were playing at home and PSG were away. The score for this was 4-1 to PSG with a Messi penalty and Kylian Mbappe hat-trick with a Moise Kean goal. I'll start with you, Uncle Curtis. How did you view that game, that first leg?
It was an up and down fixture to me. 4-1 is a flattering scoreline to PSG. But it shows the quality of Kylian Mbappe. He took that Barcelona team across. His first goal was brilliant. The way he just left the defender dead and just put it into the goal, top of the net, I think, over there. But then overall, Barca can still come back into this. I don't think Pochettino has secured this game. I think Pochettino can lose 4-0. I'm not convinced by him. I'm not. Right. They lost to Monaco over the weekend. They're third in Ligue A. I think it was individual brilliance that won them that game. And Mbappe, the man that they said Rashford was once better than. I don't know what drugs Man United fans were on, but it's the same drugs that they were on when they thought Howard Webb wasn't being favorable to them. Yeah.
All right. That's a good view. Lucas, what do you think of that game?
I thought it was a good game. I take Uncle Curtis's point because you never know in the Champions League, and PSG Barcelona have history of things like this, where PSG takes the first leg and then Barca comes back. I actually think PSG will go through. Right? I'll actually be surprised if Barca.
Is Neymar going to be back? No, his birthday sister hasn't passed yet. He won't be.
His sister's birthday hasn't passed yet. So
look, that's 4-1 without Neymar, but a good performance from Mbappe. Look, they just couldn't keep up with his pace. I think there was a shot in one of the goals of PK even trying to pull back Mbappe. You know what I mean? But so I think let's see the second leg. I think Barca can do it. But obviously Messi can step up. We know Messi can step up, but it's an older Messi now. So who's going to step up with him?
Yeah,
that's why I still give it to PSG.
Yeah, that man walks on the pitch even now. He doesn't care. He wants to be out of there.
My point of view of that game, I think, when things first started, it looked like things were going to go, Barcelona's way with the penalty. But then you started to see the problems that Barcelona are having. PK is past his prime. I think when they were talking last season, when he was saying that he'd volunteered to actually be sold, I feel like he needs to go and make space for better youngsters, because that can't be the best that Barcelona has to offer, because he was nowhere in that game. I think in 2 of the goals, because let me check when he got substituted. But in 2 of the goals where I saw him running back, the one where he grabbed Mbappe and the one where he looked like a headless chicken. They were both goals from Mbappe. He looked like a headless chicken. Actually, no, 3 goals, because there was the one where Verratti did that pass, the first goal, where he assisted Mbappe, the one where he shot. It was also PK running around like a headless chicken. Then obviously the one goal. Shame, I felt bad for Serginho Dest, because Mbappe literally owned him. He burned him, he outmuscled him, he did everything. It was just not his day. So I think they need to find a solution from on that side. But other than that, I think PSG were just on, this was their day. This was their day. they took it. It was very unfortunate for Barcelona, but we'll wait and see what happens. Messi can always come back and decide that it's my day. So
not when he's walking on the pitch. That man needs to leave that club.
Yeah, no, you could see he lacked motivation, but nonetheless. Oh, on a side point as well, Moise Kean scored, who they said was not good enough for Everton. So clearly that says something. But let's leave it there. He's still on loan, so I'm sure Everton will be salivating. But in the same breath, PSG has the money to say, shut up, you will take him.
Sure.
So we'll keep an eye out for that. Other fixtures, I think we can look at the upset. Juventus versus Porto. Porto was playing at home. They took that in an upset win. It was 2-1 to Porto, with Mehdi Taremi scoring a goal and Marega from Porto's side, and then the goal from Juventus was from Federico Chiesa. I didn't really watch that game because it clashed with another game on that day, but this for me was an upset. But this is Champions League. We need to take this into account.
Juventus were kind of robbed.
Yeah. I
should have got a penalty
at the end.
Oh, with Ronaldo, yes. Yeah. I think I did see that incident. But I feel like Ronaldo kind of leaned into it. And what I've seen from the Champions League reffing is that, yeah, you can see that this is the cream of the crop in terms of refereeing. These guys make decisions and they stand by them, which is good. There were many decisions where I thought that, that might be a little bit not too harsh, but like the ref didn't give it a second look, but you can see why these guys are here. They're very talented. But yeah, for me, I didn't find that to be a penalty. I feel like Ronaldo was looking for that. Yeah. Even though there was contact, but it wasn't, we're not watching Premier League here where any contact is a penalty.
For Man United.
Yes, fair point. But I don't know. Any views on that game, guys? I don't think. I
only have one view on Juventus. Juventus are too reliant on Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show.
I think that's a case we can say for both teams with the superstar players in Ronaldo and Messi, is that it seems as though it was that theme that if those guys did nothing, then essentially the team just
because I even saw
goes into hibernation.
I think who was the left back at Ronaldo ran into him and the guy didn't get out the way. Like, how are you taking the ball away from the star player?
I think it was Alexandro.
Yeah, Alexandro. Yeah, it was a Brazilian, I think. But terrible football there.
But yeah, another unfortunate. Unfortunate is a bit of a harsh word. A surprise one, but it should be an interesting game to watch out for in the second leg. I think we can just round off with this one. Sevilla played against Dortmund, and then Dortmund actually took that game away from home with 3-2, with 2 goals from Erling Haaland, one from Mahmoud Dahoud. I tried to say that with a Middle Eastern accent, but I failed. Yes, that was a fantastic goal as well. The 2 from Sevilla came from Luke de Jong and Suso. Not really going to get into that game.
Haaland is a machine, though.
Yes.
I said that's a game for the hipsters.
That guy is sitting on 48 for Dortmund and 48 games for Dortmund, 48 goals. He's a machine. He's a machine.
I think you did call that in the last episode, that this is going to be the interesting game. Yeah, but looking at that, great result for Dortmund. They're going back home, so good position to be in.
Here for me.
Yeah.
That second leg, I still can't call it.
Yeah, because both of these teams are one of those, they're that type of team that they could.
I don't think Seville have too many goals in them. They have to defend well and they'll score 1 or 2. Yeah. But if it's gonna be a high scoring game, Dortmund will win it.
Yeah, not fair. I think that wraps up the Champions League fixtures.
Screw Europa. I don't want to talk about that stuff.
Listen, we gotta be fair.
So let's talk about Mourinho.
You guys didn't lose. Like, what's up?
I didn't lose, but
No,
I want
we
to
gotta
talk
be
about
fair.
Mourinho. I want to talk about Mourinho.
So yes, looking at the Europa fixtures, there's a lot of them because it's round of 32.
Let's talk about Arsenal and Man United. Who
So
cares about the rest?
I'll start with Man United. Man United actually had a great performance. They took that leg 4-0 against Real Sociedad away from home. That's a great result. 2 goals from Bruno. Marcus Rashford featured in there. And another performance from Daniel James. Good man came in and scored in the 90th minute. Obviously nothing from Sevilla.
Sociedad.
Sociedad. Lucas, I'll ask you because you're probably the only person on this table who watched that game. How did you feel about that game?
It was a good game. It was a good game. So this game was played in Italy, in Turin, because
The neutral
COVID, travel. I don't know. I can't explain that stuff. But anyways, Sociedad, they played into United's hands. Like Sociedad played a very high line, and what United has in abundance is pace. So United got in behind them. I don't know how many times, and finished the game off well. At least that's a good score going into the second leg, obviously, which is crammed in between some rough fixtures for United. So good game, good performance. Bruno again. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Agreed.
Bruno again, yeah.
Agreed. Anytime you put 4 goals on a team, you got to pat yourself on the back. So well done to you. Good result as well away from home. So
against the old boy Januzaj.
yes, against Januzaj and I think a David Silva in the side.
David Silva, yeah.
Yes. So no. Oh yes, he was in there.
And your boy, the Spanish Peter Crouch. Monreal.
Spanish Peter Crouch.
That looks exactly like Peter Crouch. Please pull up a picture of Nacho Monreal and Peter Crouch.
Okay.
They look the same.
No, listen, no one has ever called him that. That's why you shocked me. I was like, who are you talking about? I'm looking forward to hearing about it. But okay, I didn't know that's what they called him. We're not going to go into this game, but Tottenham beat Wolfsburg. It's not the Wolfsburg that you're thinking of. It's Austrian Wolfsburg. They beat them 4-1. Nicely spread out goals there from Son Heung-min, Gareth Bale, Lucas Moura, and Carlos Vinicius.
All you need to know about this game is they didn't have to start Harry Kane, and they won with multiple goals.
Exactly.
So it was an easy game.
Yeah. Looking at the lineup, it seems as though this was the essential, not B-side, but essentially preparing for the worst. I think we'll wrap up with the fixture that 2 people on this table watched. It was Benfica versus Arsenal at a neutral ground, but essentially that was Benfica at home. That ended up being a draw with the PT penalty and a Bukayo Saka goal in return. Let me start with you, Uncle Curtis. How did you find that game?
We didn't take our chances. We dominated that game. We gave away a penalty. Even the penalty I was iffy about. I wanted to see another angle to see if it actually did hit the player's hand. But I won't come out and say it was a bad decision by the ref because from what I saw from the angle, it did look like a handball. But I was like, maybe not. But fair decision from the ref, so I won't complain about the refs over there. But we should have put 3-4 past. Even before they got that penalty. Aubameyang missed a sitter. You know what's the thing, right? I have this fear when Arsenal put 3 or 4 goals past the team one game. I worry about the next game. I feel like we won't score. And it always proves to be right. We never score the next game. If we score like 1 goal or something like that. We put 4
confidence or just?
I think it's overconfidence and the players get a bit relaxed. But it's been a couple of years, like when Arsenal would win like 4-0, 5, even under Wenger, we win like 5-0, 6-0 towards these later years. The next game would score like 1 goal. And I'm like, then it's a 1-1 or something like that. So
it's a classic case of running out of goals.
Yeah, like running out of goals. So I'll be happy if Arsenal just keeps on winning 2-0. Don't score too many. Otherwise, you make me worry about the next game.
Yeah. No, true. For me as well, watching that game, I think the positive is essentially the midfield that played behind Aubameyang. It was Emile Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Bukayo Saka. Played brilliantly. And you can clearly see that the youngsters are pushing in front.
See, but that's the thing, right? I think that's the only mistake that Arteta made over the 2 games. I believe Pepe should have started in the Europa League and Smith Rowe should have started against City.
Yeah.
Because Pepe was scoring goals in the Europa League. He had confidence over there.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, not so much. If he played Smith Rowe on the right wing against Manchester City, I wouldn't have been upset. I think Oro won that game with Pepe on the pitch because he had more confidence in Europa. In Europa.
Oh, okay. No,
I City. I was like,
I understand your point of view from that, but I think I feel as though Arteta needed to get the partnerships going because Odegaard needs game time. Odegaard needs to essentially play these games where it's essentially. This was supposed to be a game that Arsenal was going to win. So I think this was meant to be a confidence booster for him. It obviously didn't work out that way. We drew. But I think it's just making sure that the partnerships are going all right because you can clearly see that Arteta does not necessarily value Nicolas Pepe in that side.
Yes. But to me, it's when a player is doing well in a specific competition, don't pull him out.
Yeah.
Why? If he's doing well in that competition. Yes, he was playing badly in the Premier League, but he was doing well in Europa while he was doing badly in the Premier League. Don't take a player out. Wherever he's doing well, whatever his mindset is in that specific competition, he's doing well. You play him there.
Now, I agree with you from that point of view, but I'm sure it made sense in Arteta's head because he was rested I think
2 games before that.
The game before that, essentially the game that was going to be before the what's his name? The Europa game. He was rested and they said he was going to play Europa and he ended up not playing Europa.
But it's again, overthinking. Sometimes as a manager, don't overthink things. Take things as they are. See which player is doing well where and play them there and leave it at that. Leave it at that.
All right. Any thoughts you want to add to that?
Yeah, look, I obviously didn't watch the game, but I think it sounds a bit critical because, I mean, Benfica is not a bad side, yes.
Yeah. It's not a bad side, but
I mean,
we should have.
If Pepe should have played and then we'd walk, it's not given. I mean, it's a strong side. Yeah.
But even with the side who squared, Benfica didn't have any opportunities besides the penalty.
Sure.
We're playing against a 34-year-old Jan Vertonghen. We're playing against a man or Tamendi. These are players past their prime.
Yes.
That guy is a dribbler, but that's all he is, a dribbler. He's the Rivaldo of the modern day. He's the Arab Rivaldo. All he does is get on the pitch and dribble.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? So we should have put our chances away. It's simple as that. You can say it's Benfica, cool, but we should have put our chances away.
But you leave away goal into the second leg.
Yeah, I hear you. But even when you say away goal, people are saying it's an away game. It's not an away game to me. We played it in neutral venue. We're going to play at another neutral venue. You won't have home ground advantage. You don't know that pitch where we play. So it's a toss up in the air to me.
Now, I agree with you. Arsenal's going to need to put up
another performance like they did last week.
Performance, yes.
But with more goals, put the chances away.
So essentially going to need to redeem ourselves, but I guess that's fine.
I feel like he made it harder for himself than he should have. If we went 3-4-0 up in that game, you could have rested more players. You could have rested Aubameyang. He could have been fresher for Sunday. You could have rested, a couple other players that you wanted to play again on Sunday. If you went 3-4 up.
But you must also remember, this is our only way into cup competition.
Yeah.
So he might act like he's not taking it seriously, but I think he's taking this pretty seriously. So essentially our first team, I won't say necessarily first team, but this is where you'll see the team that he wants in the season. Yeah. Like this is the team that will feature.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But other than that, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens on Thursday for Arsenal. But I think we can leave it there. So yeah, guys, after wrapping up all these conversations of the football games that have passed, I figured let's actually talk about something that's that's been on many people's minds. It's obviously not been on the majority of people's minds because no one cares about this team. But let's look at Tottenham, guys. Let's kind of assess their progress this season. I think this is the first full season that Mourinho's had. I think let's take time to actually assess what Mourinho's done for Tottenham compared to his the predecessor, the guy who managed before him in Pochettino. Yes. I think many people have had mixed reviews of how Mourinho has done. So I wanted to actually have us discuss and see how we feel individually about this. I think let me start with you, Lukosa. How do you feel about Mourinho's impact, essentially, on Tottenham this season?
It's slower than I thought in terms of his impact. I think comparing him to the previous manager, look, I think if the previous manager had 5 years, if Mourinho has 5 years, I'd be surprised if he doesn't do better. Just basically based off the quality. But I think Tottenham is sitting now 9th after 24-25 games. So on that basis, it's worse because, I mean, Pochettino is giving them regular top 4 finishes. In fact, he gets fired the season after he takes them to a Champions League final.
Yes.
Right. So in that perspective, yes, but then, I see some positive things Mourinho has done to this team. So, when the season ends, if Mourinho does take that League Cup final, that's what Tottenham has been crying out for. Obviously, they want the Champions League. Definitely. I mean, they have a brand new stadium they have to pay for, but they've wanted a title. But also at the same line of breath, their last title is
League Cup.
The League Cup 2003 or something under Juan de Ramos. They don't remember that guy as a great. You know
exactly.
What I mean? So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I thought they'd do better this season.
Uncle Curtis, let's actually find out what you think. I know you're normally critical of Tottenham.
Going to say very nice things about them.
No. Yes, you're critical of Tottenham, but it's rare that two topics you're very critical about meet in Tottenham and Jose Mourinho. So I ask you, my friend,
total football.
How do you feel about this?
There was a point that Lucas said over there. What did he say? Flip, I forgot what it was related to Mourinho.
The 5 years of the previous coach.
Yeah.
Versus if Mourinho had 5 years.
Mourinho doesn't make it to 5 years. All his teams collapse before 5 years. So basically, the way I view it, Mourinho's 3-year collapse got condensed into 18 months. He was top of the league for a week. Now he's 9th, which is what happens to all these teams. When he leaves, he gets fired because they're in a position they're not supposed to be in. And it's almost the equivalent of a Klopp. But with him, I think he just alienates himself from players.
Yes.
I'll give him one credit. He protects them from the media. But I think in the training session, he lambasted them, what. Because Dele Alli was playing well under Poch. You get there, you play him the first couple of games. He's not doing what you want him to do. I don't like Dele Alli. I've never liked him as a player. They compared him to the great Ozil. All right? And then you drop him. Why did you drop Dele Alli? Because you're asking him to do things that he's not accustomed to doing. Don't ask him to do those things. You get what I'm saying? Another thing is, it's sweet justice, poetic justice, that all the things that Mourinho criticized Wenger about is happening to him as we speak, week by week.
Which thing, though?
There was a game that we played against some team, and Mourinho came out and he said he saw a game against Arsenal and Newcastle, I forgot, and the scoreline, Arsenal and Spurs. And he came out and said, that's a hockey score. If my team are playing 3-on-3 and they concede more than 2 goals, I'll tell them to go home because that's terrible defending. What happened? He won a game 5-4 or lost it 5-4 against Everton, right? It's just small things like that where he was very critical in the past. And I know it's management rivalry and stuff like that, but I've never liked Mourinho. No secrets there. I think his football is boring. I actually think football has left him now. Because he comes and he brings negative football to a club. All right? And negative football will only get you so far. He's a great manager at winning those trophies, yes. Nah? But in terms of longevity at one specific club, I don't think he can achieve that.
So if I can say to longevity, right? Because Mourinho's track record, he hasn't stayed at a club for long. But I disagree with the longevity point, because at most of the clubs he's been at, he's built a team. Chelsea, Carvalho, Chelsea for 10 years. The best Terry you see started under Mourinho. The best Lampard you see started under. He brings Makelele. He brings Essien, Balak. Basically, the basis of Drogba, the basis of that team. He goes on to Inter. Gabriel Milito. Okay, Zanetti's there. Zanetti was but the basis of the Inter team for a bit. Zlatan and
Cool.
that. Madrid. The basis of Madrid.
Okay,
Modric is signed under him.
Can I ask a question?
And that, yeah.
Why did he
built a
get
team
fired?
up.
Why did he get fired from those clubs?
He got fired for a reason. He got fired for a reason.
Because he was not getting the performance out of those players. You can't. Another manager came.
How can you say that? Because he's won at all of those. So when you're saying he's not getting those performances,
we're talking about longevity.
Okay.
After 3 years, you can't get the performance out of the team. Somebody else has to come in and do the job, not him.
Okay.
Up until you can point me to a club, and I don't think it will ever happen, where he spent 4 or 5 seasons, and in 4 or 5 seasons, he keeps on getting results out of those players.
Okay.
You can't say he's a longevity
in that
manager.
echelon of manager, who does do 4 or 5 seasons? That echelon of manager, who does? You're comparing him to a standard that no one else is held to.
What do you mean?
Who does? Hey?
Pep.
I feel
4 or 5
as
seasons where?
Barca.
guys,
5 seasons.
I feel like you guys. I feel like you're losing the topic.
Sure.
You're seriously.
No, but we're
losing the
talking about
topic.
Mourinho, like his longevity. I think that's where he's
No,
failed.
dude, we don't care where he went to high school and stuff like that, bro. We're talking about what he's done at Tottenham.
Yeah,
it doesn't
but-
matter what he did at his high school side, whatever he did.
Yeah.
We're talking about what he did.
Yeah.
You don't
I
need
hear
to
you
give
on
me
that.
a history lesson.
Listen, he kissed the cheerleader.
Yeah.
I hear you at the
That's what I'm
Tottenham part. No, I hear you on the Tottenham part, but what I'm saying is what's happening now at Tottenham is what I expect to happen at Mourinho. It's just come down quicker.
Okay.
It's just come down quicker.
So you're saying essentially, what was it? Is it year 3 of Mourinho? As
This is year 3 of Mourinho. It's year
but
3.
year 3 just came quicker.
It just came quicker. That's
All
all I'm
right.
saying with him.
Nah, I actually agree with you.
What's your view?
No. Yeah, I agree on that part of the year 3 curse. But I'll give you my point of view from of this conversation. I feel like there's one thing in this era of football that you cannot do, and we've seen it in life essentially, is that criticism is not taken well. This is just a new thing of life that we've discovered. That's why everyone gets cancelled about certain things and all that stuff. Criticism is not taken well.
You must choose your players well, very
Yes.
carefully to criticize.
Mourinho has actually had quite a history of doing this, where he will pick quite a talented player and essentially nitpick his weaknesses and kind of say, nah, this guy doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do this. He's great, but he doesn't do this. He's done it throughout most of his teams, and he likes picking the star player. And I think he used to like doing that by kind of like, to expect, like fight back from the player. People like that, players aren't built like that these days. If a manager comes out and essentially, points out a player and says, like he did with Dele Alli, he points him out and says, he doesn't train hard. He said it. It was on the documentary that they did, which was a bad idea.
Lazy trainer.
Yes. It's a bad idea, by the way. Why didn't you learn from Sunderland? They did a documentary and they went 3 teams down. Tottenham were very stupid for that documentary. But I'm losing focus here. Essentially, he kind of outed players and wanted better results. It doesn't happen like that. These days, you need to motivate your players. You need to coddle your players. You need to baby them. And he decided to take the rough, old school approach. And that doesn't work in this day. Another point that I would look at is especially from a Dele Alli point of view. And I feel as though that's what most managers today like doing. They like expecting like hard work in,
Players that are not hard.
Yes, in players that are not hardworking. So essentially, you'd want your star player, i.e. Dele Alli, at that point. You want him to be a defensive genius as well as an attacking genius. And that concept, that takes away from parts of his game. So that's what I feel like happened in Tottenham. That a lot of players, they asked for too much for them. And now the results are coming. Questioning, the final question is, has Mourinho done better than Poch? I feel like it's a bit too early to judge. Because essentially, if you're judging success, can we actually say Poch succeeded?
No, he didn't. But
I think we can say he did.
He didn't succeed.
No, because Tottenham before Pochettino comes is sometimes in the Champions League. Pochettino then makes them a Champions League side. He progressed. He succeeded.
But they wanted trophies.
Eh?
They wanted trophies.
They want trophies now.
Yes, he progressed.
They want trophies now. Towards the end of his period, that's when they wanted trophies. But if you are Champions League every now and then and you celebrate the times that you get it, and then this guy gives it to you every year, don't tell me that guy failed.
He progressed.
I wouldn't necessarily say failed, but I wouldn't necessarily also say he succeeded.
I would say succeeded because
at what?
What was Tottenham's aims?
To win trophies.
When was that Tottenham's aim? Tottenham was one trophy in our recent history.
Exactly that. They wanted trophies, no matter how small. I think their last trophy was was it a FA Cup?
League Cup.
It was a
It was a League Cup. Exactly. That's still like a big deal for them.
Guys, Tottenham is essentially, if the West Ham today, if they get into the top 4 a couple of times and then that's where they are. Tottenham's not on the same level as Arsenal United, who expect. Tottenham would be happy with a trophy.
They won't.
I don't expect.
No.
You know why you're wrong. You know why you're wrong?
Yeah.
Over there. Tottenham wanted to be better than Arsenal. Arsenal were winning trophies. So, where is the success? They wanted to be better than the team who
under
won.
Pochettino, they've been. They end higher than Arsenal quite a bit.
How did you close the gap if you won 3 more trophies?
Eh?
How do you say you've progressed when we've increased our trophy gap?
Because you used to finish top 4, they used to finish down here. Remember this, Pochettino himself when they asked him, do you want trophies? He said, yes, I want trophies, but I want my team to focus on the right trophies. He didn't want to focus on a League Cup. He said, get yourself in the league.
Go ask a Tottenham fan. They won't tell you they want the top 4. They want trophies.
They won't say they're happy that they
don't.
To tell you the truth.
Which Tottenham fans do you even know when you're telling
No.
The Tottenham fans are not fans. The Tottenham fans are not fans.
I'll actually say this, that there was a point where we were coming top 4 and Tottenham kept saying top 4 is not a prize.
That's what they said.
It was actually quite a statement made by many Premier League sides, where they were saying that top 4 is not a prize.
Yeah.
So now it's a prize. Now all of a sudden it's a prize.
Yes, it's going to.
Okay. Then shit on Wenger, please.
Yeah.
Then shit on Wenger, please. If you're now going to tell me top 4 is not a prize,
we shit on him. Hence why he's not there. That's why he's not there.
And even that's besides the point. Nah? We were saying when Wenger was saying it, everybody was saying it's not a prize.
Yeah.
Right? And he kept on telling people,
yes, because he came from a basis of winning leagues. They come from a basis
is football.
Remember, it was called Spurs Day Nights.
Lucas.
The Europa League, which we just talked, it was called Spurs Day Nights.
Lucas, but listen
then they got used to playing in the Champions League.
But this is football, though. This is football. Nobody wakes up in the morning. There's not even the team that finishes 20th. They don't wake up and say, nah, dog, we just want to make top 17 the rest of our lives. They want to progress. They have not progressed to the way they wanted to be. Tottenham were traditionally a top 16. They're still a top 16. So where did they progress?
Under Poch, they were top 40.
For 2 seasons.
I'm sure it's more than 2.
2.
I'm sure it's more than 2.
Poch was there for 4.
He was there for 5, yeah.
2 years. 2 years they finished above Arsenal to finish in the Champions League. 2. And that's progression. Harry Redknapp did that. Had one day run.
Not as consistent.
But he did it. He did it.
He did it, yes, but there's like the consistency is also part of the argument, right?
No, he failed at his job.
Ooh.
Pochettino.
I wouldn't go as far as to say failed. I'll say let's use the right words and saying he progressed. He made Tottenham progress.
Yeah.
But to say that he succeeded is quite far-fetched, in my opinion. It's quite far-fetched.
I think he succeeded. Listen, if you got beaten with an ugly stick and somehow you pull a 10 3 times in a row, you're succeeding.
You're not succeeding. You just progressed. Are you Bill Gates now?
What backwards mentality is that, though?
Are you Bill
Are
Gates
you
now?
trying to impress your niggas? Are you trying to impress Oaks in the streets? Are you trying to impress Oaks in the streets? That's a weird ass analogy, though. Yeah. No ways, dude. Just because you did it like 3 times, now we must constantly remember this.
No, now you've changed. Now you've changed the level of your team. You've done well.
Okay, fine. You've done well. Then I can say Tottenham is the high school job that for 3 years was the man, and now they're back to where they were.
But also,
Would be that fat kid who lost weight, became an athlete, and then maybe got fat again.
What you mean maybe did get fat again? It's not a maybe.
yes. So now we're looking back at that 1 year period or 2 year period. Where he's like, yeah.
I'm saying that
I
guy's
used to be
personal
big,
trainer
dog.
that got him thin, he did well.
Yes, okay.
But back to Mourinho.
Yes, but I feel, going back to Mourinho, I feel as though we might be a little bit harsh on Mourinho.
No, we're not.
No. I'm saying because he's going into a cup final now. If he takes that, regardless of who his
9 points off top 4 with a game in
yes,
hand.
so regardless of who his opponent is in the final, if he takes it, immediately he becomes more of a success than Pochettino.
But he's one day Ramos to me.
Hey?
He's Ramos to me. What, Ramos, whatever.
No.
One day Ramos.
But I'm just saying, if we look at it, if he wins that trophy, he's done more than Pochettino. Full stop.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It doesn't matter where he came. Full stop. That's the end of the conversation.
So to me, yeah, I get what
Pochettino
you're
becomes an afterthought.
saying. To me, you're right. To me, football is
Yeah.
about winning trophies. All right? You can't, it is about winning trophies, football.
You say all the time these trophies are not yours, they're the players.
Yeah, I hear you, but I'm talking about to the players. I'm not saying to me. Football is about, to me, it's about being entertained.
Yeah.
Right? But to the players that are there, it's about winning trophies.
Fair enough.
Right? So whether it's the FA Cup, whether it's the League Cup, it doesn't matter what it is, man. Wigan Athletic players can come and say, hey, I got an FA Cup. What do you have for playing for Tottenham in your 20 years? Nothing. I had the better career than you. You can almost make that argument. You can go backwards and say, I was the better player, what. I hear you on that thing, man. But it's like, hey, Joe, we both play for clubs that traditionally didn't win trophies. I got one over you.
Fair enough.
So hence why, for me, the answer to that question is not answered yet. Because if Mourinho takes the trophy, then conversation ended. But if he ends the season off badly, then Poch can now have a little chuckle and say, yeah.
I don't think Poch will have that chuckle because I think he'll take PSG down.
Of course, he's already taken them down. I think this is the lowest.
League position they've ever been in.
Yeah.
Guys, he's been their coach for a month.
They're third.
He's been their coach for a month.
They're third.
So are we going to put their lowest league history down to this guy?
He took them from first to third. He took them from first to third.
Okay. There was no, but in a month.
Yeah, but in a month.
I'm not going to call them.
No, but he took them in a month from first to third.
But in the Farmers League,
Yeah.
in the so-called Farmers League,
With Neymar, Mbappe.
Okay, so you all don't rate Pochettino.
I don't want to
You don't rate Pochettino?
I'm actually I'm 50-50 on him
He's
right
a
now.
top coach.
No, I think
he is.
I think he is. He has a knack of transforming teams and making an average team good.
Yeah.
But I think
He's not a top manager team.
like if you put him in the situation of PSG, I think this is quite a test for him because he's never had this, this scenario of making sure a great team stays great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's my
You know who's Poch's team? Who's the Leeds manager again? What's his name?
Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah.
Bendy knee guy.
He's the same guy.
How so?
they're not going to win trophies.
Okay.
I put my name on the line. Poch won't win a trophy.
At all.
He won't.
He already won one with PSG now.
What
I
proof?
think in his first game or two.
He didn't win a trophy.
The French version of the League Cup.
No.
Are you sure?
You sure?
Yeah.
They haven't won a trophy.
Yeah. It was one of his first games, yeah.
No. You're telling me they won a trophy in Jan? It's not over yet.
Yeah.
He took them to the final.
Their version of the
In Jan.
French League Cup, yeah. Remember the League Cup, normally that final is in February. They've just pushed it out because it's
Okay, maybe fine.
COVID.
He won't win another trophy. He'll end up with one.
Yeah, look, to me, and I know we're digressing because we started this conversation about Mourinho, now we have Poch. But this is a guy, Espanyol. That's his first coaching job. Espanyol is effectively Spain's Burnley or something, mid-table team. Then Southampton. Then Spurs, who he's taken a team where he's found them, he's progressed them.
But you're seeing my point.
He hasn't gone them, yeah, I agree with your point. He hasn't taken them all the way, but that's why I won't write him off and say he'll never do anything.
I haven't written him off. I just still need to see more from him.
Spurs,
Guys, he's 50-something.
hey?
He's 50-something.
No, man.
Sure, when's the last time you saw Spurs
He's a young
manager get
40,
5
though.
years?
He's a late 40.
He's 50-something.
He's
When's
50.
the last time you saw Spurs manager get 5 years?
I don't know, but he's 50-something. He's 50-something. His time is getting up. He's got about 10 years left in management before the new batch come in and they say you're done for. I don't see him winning a trophy in 10 years. Like, even when you make that example.
Do you see Mourinho winning another one?
It depends where he goes, to be honest with Mourinho.
But you said he's finished, so how will he go?
In England, he's finished. Yeah, I should have clarified.
Yeah,
in
I
England,
think-
he's finished.
Yeah.
He's not going to get another top job in England.
Fair. I agree with you there.
Unless he turns Spurs around.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he does something good at Spurs, then yeah.
Because if he goes to Italy, he'll win a trophy in Italy. I believe that.
Why?
His
His
master
tactics
Italy.
works
Okay.
in Italy. In England, I don't think they work anymore. Right? Spain, debatable, depending what time he goes to right now. But yeah, Italy, yes. Portugal, yes, because it's a small league. But yeah,
So basically just not in England.
just not in England. I think he's done for. I think taking the Tottenham job sealed his fate
Okay.
if he doesn't win anything.
Okay.
Because who can he go to? Man City will never go to Mourinho. Doesn't play exciting football. I don't think Arsenal will go for him, Mourinho, after he went to Spurs and did that. Man United won't take him back. I think it was a wrong decision to fire him because they didn't support him the way he wanted to be supported, but they won't take him back. Chelsea, he can't go back there for a third time. I don't think even he wants to go back there for a third time after the way he was treated the second time.
Yeah.
So which club is there? Unless there's a new up-and-coming club that needs him, I don't understand. What I will say is that Mourinho did stop the rot at Spurs because Pochettino needed to go. I don't think he would turn that club around.
Yeah, the team needed to be changed because it was sort of the same team across his 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think he could have turned that around.
But do you think Mourinho can do something at Spurs? Let me put it to you this way. Let's say Spurs finish outside of the top 4 and they take the League Cup. Next season, do you have hope? Or do you think they improve?
Yes, I think they improve. After winning a trophy, I think the only way for Spurs to go is up. Because this is a monkey on their shoulder that they've been trying to get rid of for a while. So if they win the trophy, it shuts down conversations because now they can finally say, hey, we've got something in the back. We're serious about being part of the top 4 sides.
Yeah.
Right now, that's why no one takes the top 4 conversation seriously because of the history of trophies or lack thereof of trophies.
Okay, I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. One day Ramos didn't change that. They won a trophy and then nothing happened afterwards.
But who cares about League One?
No, but it was the League Cup.
No, who cares about that cup?
Yeah, but again, he's going to win the same cup that you're talking about.
Okay, fine. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying it with Tottenham back then.
Okay,
Tottenham
fine.
back then was a different story. Yes.
I hear that. But to me,
now-
they would
now-
have to get new players. If they
Yes.
go on with the same batch of players, and I don't think he will get a bunch of new players because I don't think they have the money.
I don't think they need many.
They need another striker.
2 sit bench, which they've brought Carlos Vinicius.
Yes.
They need more creative players.
Maybe a right winger, but Ndombele and Son they don't need to change. There's less also behind them.
So you saying that if these bunch of players win a trophy, they'll play better next season?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I still think Mourinho's a quality manager. I still think he's a top quality coach.
Poetic justice to me. He's getting what he deserves.
But yeah, I think we've spoken enough about Tottenham, more than we should. So I think we can just wrap it up there. But anyways, guys, I think we're done for the week. It's been an interesting topic. Thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. And from us, I'd like to thank you for watching. We've got Uncle Curtis there, over there at the end. You can say your final goodbyes.
For more beauty tips, when you want to look sexy, just hit us up on the socials. I'll give you guys some tip, whether it's steam, whether it's some foundation to look sexy for the camera, or some mascara to fill up your beard so you can look like me.
Yes. Then we've got my boy here, Lokosa. I've got a nickname that I actually came up with, but I'm not going to use it because it's culturally inappropriate.
Oh, no.
But I guess we are black. So that his new nickname is Ku Klux.
No.
So you know what?
No.
Bro, that's a good nickname. I don't think you've noticed. I've been pushing it for a bit now.
I've heard you mention that one,
Yes.
but I'm like, nope.
No, like Ku Klux.
Yeah.
I think that's a badass name, bro.
Own it, dog.
You gotta own it.
Let's try again next week.
Yes. I guess we'll try again next week. But yeah, guys, from us, from the Nothing But Football team, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
We hasn't betting my league.